Good morning, guys. Aaron with Integrity Canine, and today we've got Toby joining the program. I've had Toby since Saturday. Today's Monday. Yesterday, we really don't do any trainings on Sundays. Kind of let them get adjusted, and that's been great for this one. Just getting used to the pack dynamics and the expectations around the home, and just getting some rapport built up between me and him. So it's been a great couple days, and now we are getting started, and we're doing that with a loose leash heel. So a couple things that I've got on him here is a slip lead to that purple biothane, followed up with an e-collar. Now he has had an e-collar on him before, but it's not the style that we use. So we are transitioning over to the Educator ET300, and he's taken to it fairly well. Now, one thing about this dog is he's very skittish. So, for instance, as soon as we started walking, we're next to a highway that was a little rattling for him, and then the first fire hydrant that he saw, he was not sure what to make of it, and then there's a big roll-off dumpster that they were closing the door to as we walked by, and that really freaked him out. So we've spent a lot of time just gaining confidence, and I'll say he is a low confidence dog, a submissive dog. That submission comes out in greeting other dogs initially as what would look like aggression. It's really just him telling them, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. And so the way that we integrate dogs is very important when we have a dog like that. So that went really smoothly, honestly, and he is best friends with the dogs that we have at the house right now. Toby, come. Toby, come. Attaboy. And he really is just a sweetheart. But for instance, he's a little distracted right now. So when I tell him to sit, he knows sit. But Toby, sit. Toby, sit. You see his distraction level, and then the dog barks. There we go, good. So that was just constant e-collar pressure at a 6, which is honestly the first time he's gone into a sit for me on our walk without me manually pushing his hips down. And so improvement, he's getting there. We've got somebody coming out of their garage here behind us. It's going to distract him a little bit. So our tools that we're using, now the slip lead is important today and for the duration of his training because it's teaching him leash pressure, and then that is translating into e-collar pressure. Now the e-collar itself, especially not knowing how he was conditioned before to the e-collar, I need him to understand that pressure right here means the same thing as the leash pressure. So right now, anytime I apply pressure with the leash, I'm applying pressure with the e-collar so that he understands that e-collar is non-directional and the leash is directional. So now we're tying those two together, teaching them another language. So follow along. Here we go. Toby, heel. So I'm going to use the noise when he gets out of bounds, and I'm going to apply pressure. So you see pressure being applied. I'm clicking on the e-collar at the same time, and we're not at high levels. I think we're at a 5 or a 6 currently, and with that distraction behind us, he's jumping ahead of me. We were doing really good until this, but all things that we're going to be working on. Heel. Toby. So he shoots out ahead of me. The other thing I can do if he continues to lead is I can change directions. Toby, heel. Good, heel. Good. So there's a dog barking. So that's going to get his attention. Good, Toby. And essentially what I'm doing is showing him that he doesn't know where we're going. So I may flip around and turn. I make it do just circles here. And these circles are teaching him body pressure because he's running into my legs, into my knees, and that should over time teach him to respect my body space, right? So forms of pressure that we use during this training: vocal, absolutely, leash pressure, e-collar pressure, body pressure, and those pressures, when tied together with treats or rewards, they start to really understand it. So that's kind of what we're working on initially, is just that teaching him the different pressures, which is forms of communication. Dogs themselves will use pressures in the form of body language, in the form of posture, as well as in their vocal. So we're mimicking that to a degree and teaching him what our signals mean. So it's kind of where we're at with training today. There we're settling in a little bit. See if we can get him back into a sit here. Toby, hey bub, come here, sit. Toby, sit. And so his adrenaline's a little higher now. His distraction level's much higher, so we're going to do manual pressure. Toby, sit. Yes, good. As soon as he sits, release pressure. Good boy. Good boy. All right, stay tuned.